welcome to Katrina's Creations. This is episode 402 and let's get started. I have 3 finished objects. They're small, so don't be overly impressed, but I finished some of the hats. These are going for charity at Christmas time. So they're going on a hat and mitten tree or hat and scarf tree type of thing. So I have the first one. This is crocheted. It is all double crochet and some single crochet mix through the back loop. So there's that. And then I made a larger one. This is kind of more slouchy, and it is, I don't know how well it's going to show up. It's a dark forest green. I don't know how well. Anyway, it's there we go. Dark forest green. And this is all double crochet through the back loop. And like I said, this is more of a man's hat. It fits me and then some. So if a woman wore it, it would be slouchy. It might even be a little slouchy on a guy. So anyway, that hat. And then I have a knitted beanie, and this is black. There's nothing fancy about it, so it's probably not going to show up. There's just 2x2 ribbing at the bottom, and then it's just stockinette. And the top, there you can see it. This is my pinwheel beanie pattern. It is down below. If you look in my patterns, there's a link there to Lovecrafts, and it's a free pattern if you want to check it out. So those are my finished objects. So I have one work in progress at this point, and that is the shawl that I'm working on. I've gotten quite a ways with this week. So this is the top in the center, and then it goes out on both sides. Of course, it's on circular needle, so you can't see too much. And the edge, so I can get it to focus. There you can see it. The edge here has just yarn overs on it. And it is just 2 garter stitch and then a yarn over, and then it is stockinette to the center where I have marked it, and you have a yarn over on each side of a garter stitch, which forms this center spine here. So there is this one. My only concern with this, and I need to look a little closer at it, is I do want to make sure that this pattern is going to be, it's a little deeper than what I'm expecting. I'm hoping that it's wide as well, so I need to actually put it on a long cable here so I can take the needles out and pull it open and see if it's, I don't want it to be triangular. I want it to be more narrow this way and wide this way so it can wrap around my neck and still have enough hanging over. My fear is it'll be deep this way and wrap around, and I'll just have short little ends here to wrap around that will then manage to come undone all the time. So, and this is how much yarn I have left. I've used a little more than half of the skein. So yeah, I'll be experimenting with this. If it's not working out right, then I need to decide whether I'm going to keep it that pattern or if I'm going to rip it out and just do like an asymmetrical shawl, like the hitchhiker type of style, which is, when I say asymmetrical, you basically start little and it just keeps getting big like this, but they tend to make long, not so deep shawls. So yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. So that is that. I could actually do, if I do end up ripping it out, I could actually use the pattern that I've written called Banner Unfurled, which is meant for 3 colors of yarn, but I could do it with just 1 color and just not change colors. I don't know. We'll see what happens once I put some other cables on that I can really stretch it out and look and see how the shape is turning out with this. So yeah, tune in next week to see what I end up happening with that. So with that, that's what I've been working on this week. What have you been working on? So one of our viewers, Mary, I want to say a special thank you to. If you remember me mentioning I was experimenting with sourdough bread, my first experiment was a total fail. If you ever watched the Beverly Hillbillies and Ellie Mae Clampett's baking, where you could pick it up and like they drop it on the floor because it weighed so much, that was sort of my first loaf of bread. It was literally this high. It didn't raise. Dave and I tried tasting it. It was like not the best. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good either. And then I happened to look at my starter thing and saw there was like some mold growing on the side. So I guess Dave and I got our dose of penicillin for the month. Yeah, it was bad. So anyway, yeah, it was not good. You could have used my loaf of bread for a doorstop. It weighed about like a brick. So yes, Mary took pity on me, and it turns out she does sourdough all the time, and she actually sent in the mail a dry, it's like flakes of a starter kit that you then rehydrate and you have a successful starter. So thank you again, Mary. I am going to, I've been watching some YouTube videos on what to do and how to do this so I don't mess it up again. Yeah, so that's tomorrow's Friday. While you're watching this, that's my day to start my starter, because I've had time to watch some videos and read all of the information she sent me on what to do with it. So yeah, so hopefully next Saturday I will have a successful loaf of bread. I'm hoping. We'll see. So that is a little update there. Now, if you missed yesterday's video, it was on making pom-poms using a pom-pom maker. So they are clever little gadgets, and they work very well to make nice, full, professional looking pom-poms. And if you missed that video and want to check it out, you can click the link right here and that will take you over to it. This Friday's video is going to be me weeding through my craft fair supplies, because I have one more craft fair with Kim to do, and that's in the beginning of December. However, she and I are only sharing a table, and we have a little bit of space off to the side to maybe put like a little display type of thing. But it's indoors, so we don't have to take a table, we don't have to take chairs, but I do need to weed down what I'm going to take. So I'm going to film it with you all, looking on to decide what I think I need to take for a more Christmassy type of sale. So that will be this Friday's video. Now it's time for... Now, Mary Maxim. They have got some really, really good sales running on right now. I have a whole list of stuff, so just sit back with a cup of tea, because it's going to be a few minutes. But they've got some really, really good sales going on over at Mary Maxim. So I'm going to start reading them out. I've got a list about this long. First off, they have a yarn surprise package for $29.99, so roughly $30. And I believe when I was looking at it, it looked like there was 9 skeins of yarn in that. So yeah, that's a yarn surprise package. And when you buy one, they automatically enter you in a giveaway for an Afghan kit. So yeah, that is a yarn surprise package. Then they have a thing called a sock yarn mystery box, which is $19.99. And from what I could tell on it, they said there was enough sock yarn to make 3 pairs of socks. So yeah, that's a pretty good amount for $19.99. Then I found some other like yarn packages that they've got going on. They have a 2-pound yarn bag or box. They said it could be sent in either a bag or a box. 2 pounds of yarn is like, well, this is 1 pound, so it's the equivalent of 2 of these. And 2 of these run between $9 and $12 a piece. So you're getting 2 pounds of those. And I'm not sure what kind of yarn. I'm assuming that it is an acrylic. But a 2-pound yarn bag. And it's, I think it's different skeins of yarn, but it's the equivalent of 2 of what I just held up for $14.99. So $15, like I said, one of these normally costs between $9 and $12. And it's the equivalent of 2 of these. However, it's in a bunch of skeins of yarn. So that's a good price. Then they have, you can buy a 1-pound bag of solid yarn, which would be the equivalent of this. And when they said solid yarn, you don't get a choice over the color, but it's all one color. In other words, you're not going to get a whole bunch of multicolored skeins. Whatever color they send you, there will be a pound of that specific color. So like I said, this runs $9 to $12. They are selling it for $8.99, so $9. So they're on the cheaper side of that. Then they also are selling, if you're into making dishcloths using sugar and cream, Lily Sugar and Cream, they have a 1-pound bundle of unbranded sugar and cream for $9.99, which is also a good deal because sugar and cream runs around $2.50 per skein. So then they are also running which I didn't realize they had this. I might have to investigate this one a little bit more. They have some subscription boxes, and one of those is a quarterly sock club. Quarterly meaning every 3 months they send you a subscription box of sock yarn. There is sock yarn in there to make enough to make a pair of socks, and there's a pattern included for $9.99. Plus it's like $4.99 shipping. Normally this is $12.99 every quarter, which is still pretty cheap. But anyway, it's $9.99 plus your shipping cost, which they say is a flat rate $4.99. So they have that going on. And then lastly, for Mary Maxim, they are running buy one, get one 50% off. So if you buy 1 skein of yarn, you get the second one at 50% off of the price, using the coupon code NOVBOGO. So November, buy one, get one. So yeah, NOVBOGO, and that sale ends on Sunday. So yeah, if you want it, you got to get it today. So those are the things at Mary Maxim. And then Lion Brand is running through Monday up to 50% off of select yarns. You don't need a coupon code for it or anything, but it is up to 50% off of select yarns. And oh, and Mary Maxim also had the Premier Select Wool. They had some of that on sale as well, because I know some of you use that. So they had that on sale as well. And then the last thing I know about, and this isn't necessarily a sale, but Knit Picks during November and December is running the 12 weeks of giving. So if you check Knit Picks each week, they are releasing a free pattern. So yeah, you can get a free pattern for the 12 weeks of Christmas. But they also are now carrying Barocco yarn. So if you are a fan of Barocco yarn, go over and check out Knit Picks, because they now have Barocco yarn. That's their newest acquisition that they have available. So those are the sales that I know of. If there's any others that come out, I will let you know. I always post sale videos. They are yellow with black writing. So if you see that pop up, you know that it's some kind of a yarn sale that I've run across. So that's what I have for you this week. I will see you again on Friday when we slim down my craft supplies so I have enough space, like just on my half of the table. So thank you all for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you again on Friday. Bye, everybody.